We are excited for this morning. Personal Finances Part 3, no delay. Chapter 3 of Richest Man in Babylon talks about the 7 cures for a lean purse. And as soon as I walked into the office, Grace was giving me many thank yous because this chapter is much needed, much needed, much needed, and much needed. Has this been helping you all so far? This is part 3, right?
Yes.
So the first 2, has it been helpful so far? Okay, good. Arshia tells me yes, as she is marching herself to $1 billion right now. I am grateful. Number one thing I want to tell you getting started today, money solves 99% of your problems. Please write that down. You can disagree with me later during your private time, but right now, since I have the microphone, you can't disagree with me. Not today. Money solves 99% of your problems. Please write it downeth. That's how to write it downeth in a placeth. Write it downeth in a placeth, please. Money solves 99% of all of your problems. Someone tell me why I'm saying this. Please unmute your mic. Let me hear from you. Someone not Grace. Go ahead, Damali.
If you tell me what's wrong with you, I can give you the cost of what it's going to take to fix it.
Boy, I tell you, you have been awake. You've been you know what? It's a full moon. She's tapped in. It's almost a full moon. That's what it is. She has been waking up on the right side of the money. That's what I'm talking about. No, for real. Arshia, whatever problems you have right now, if I gave you 10 times more money than what you make right now, would that problem still persist?
Nope.
Pretty much. This is pretty thematic, that most of your problems come back to you don't have enough money. That's why you have this problem. Now, of course, there's always a naysayer out there, Grace. And I love the naysayers. Naysayers make the world better. Naysayers make the world a better place. And I'm here for all the naysayers. I agree that if I have COVID, money cannot make my COVID go away. I agree. However, money can give me a respirator and the finest of medical treatment.
Yes.
Do you remember when Donald Trump caught COVID in the party that will not give you free health care?
Okay.
Donald Trump got free health care, the finest of.
He did.
If you're new to me, I'm not for any party.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
To answer your question earlier, money won't buy everything, but what it won't buy, it'll rent.
Well, there you go. No, if you won't buy it, it's gonna rent it, and I like that. That is, I can agree with that for sure. I can agree with that for sure. If you have a problem, you will probably find yourself, if you had more money, you would be out that problem. Keep posting that for me, Grace, in the chat. If you had more money, you would be out of that problem. Before we get to 7 cures for a lean purse, I want to give some people some shout outs and some props and stuff. So let's get ready to show love and flash out cameras or do our push-ups or whatever we got to do. Do whatever we have to do. We want to show some love. Let's first off show love to Renee. Woo! Yes. Renee.
Hey.
Yes, and Levon. They just made it to the Mexican News podcast.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. There are links in the chat, Grace, if you want to send her links directly to her inbox. And now their show would be heavy in rotation on the Mexit News podcast.
Hey.
Yes, and they've got 3 episodes up right now, and now they are being exposed all over the place. So we want to shout out to them. Come on, y'all unmute your mics.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes,
I want to get
yes.
to all the people on the staff.
Their hard work is paying off.
That's
Hard
wonderful.
work is paying off. They all 3 episodes. Please download those. I mean, copy and paste those links and give it a listen. Give it a listen. Let these ladies know that they have your support.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and is this a gentleman? Prophet Jerry is on there. Yes, you're right. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my fault. You do have a lot of testosterone and a male organ. You are
He surely does.
Yes. And his wife proclaims he has a male organ. Yes, right where it should be. I do understand. So we're just happy with them, happy for them. Also, we want to give a shout out to the humor consultants as well. Here is their SusanTeach.com. And if you all need speaker training, in which all of you do, because if you didn't see Dolores last night, rip it up. All of you need it. And right here you can see, and this is just to start, they have one heck of an offer that is so irresistible. But what is impressive about this is they have all these classes up here. You see it.
All right.
And right now it totals 1 day and 56 minutes of training. Come on, can we unmute our mics and clap for them? Yes, classes will be uploaded daily and weekly. They are not finished. They are not finished. So you'll be able to see all sorts of things, new, kind of new, the best of, etc. So please mosey yourself over to Frida or Grace and find yourself in Millionaire Speaker Secrets, because speaking is part of being a millionaire. I can assure you that. Communication is key. Now, we want to also shout out Dolores last night. Yes. Shout out Dolores last night. She did such a fantastic job. And just like a preacher at a guest church, she invited everybody in the near area. You hear me? Yeah. She said, I'm coming to your city. Why don't y'all come through? Come travel with me. Who holding my Bible? So she came through for real talk, and it was good. It was excellent. We're going to let her give a short little talk as we can get back to the personal finances. Dolores, something you want to say?
Well, I just wanted to say it was a great opportunity. That's something that I'm not used to doing because I like to stay in the background, but it allowed me to kind of summarize what I've been doing since I started up until now. And then all of the challenges as well as the accomplishments that I've dealt with. And then kind of like closing that chapter to start a new chapter to what's next. And then with just kind of like the mentorship, because I really don't trust people and have one. So this kind of like a little mode of support, I guess you can say, in the mentorship way. Because I just kind of go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? But it really helps because I don't really ask a lot of questions. I just move. And so it kind of helps kind of structure what you have and move forward. So thank you.
All right, there. Come on, y'all unmute your mics and clap for Dolores. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. That's right. She's I don't ask a lot of questions. I just move. If the world was like that, boy, I tell you. Well, back to the personal finance. We just wanted to. Oh, one more thing. Some of you have taken upon yourself.
Antonio, real quick.
Yes, sir.
If you were not on the call last night with Dolores, it would boo-hoo you to listen to the recording.
Absolutely, it sure would. She rocked it. She rocked it. 12 years in is her company. That's a long time to be dedicated to one thing. You hear me? 12 years in. Now you got a long way to go, Dolores. She's been married to a company 12 years, but Sister Booker and Phil and Susan, they've been married 59, 89 years already. So you got some catching up to do. But if you keep on waking up, you understand. You keep on waking up, you'll get there.
That's right.
That's it. You keep on waking up. Now, for sure, back to the one more thing. Some of you have on your own, Sandra, I'm going to forget names, have taken upon on your own to start. I don't know, give your church offering, tithe. Have no idea what you all are doing, but donating to Assembly of Wanderers. So we are grateful. We are grateful, and yeah, so it's just fantastic, and so we're grateful for that, as we have ambitious goals. So what we want to do to help raise the collective consciousness of this world. Nevertheless, Arcad is asked by the king. King said, Arcad, teach my people finances, please. It would be such a great civilization if everybody knew how to get wealth, have wealth, handle wealth, and keep wealth. Arcad agrees. And the first thing Arcad addresses is not debt, but getting out of it. All righty. This is going to be a tad bit harder than what I thought. My friends, I'm not sure why we have gotten to this place where we are so debt conscious, but the late Bob Proctor has been telling you over and over in The Secret, I don't care if it's getting in debt or getting out of debt. You keep thinking about debt, you're going to get more of it. And he is correct. And Arcad, when is ordered by the king, chooses his best foot first. I need to explain something before we start discussing personal finance. I need to explain to you how kings worked back in the day. You were not allowed to come around the king or the queen sad. It was a death penalty should you do that. And even if you did or was the king's favorite, you still had to do what the king did. So in order to avoid death or not die, you need to start off with your best foot forward. You can see this in the Bible, for those of you who are Christians, when the children of Israel begin a journey back to Jerusalem to rebuild the temple. You can see it in Nehemiah. Mm-hmm. It starts off how he's sad and afraid to go around the king. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the king says, don't worry about it, relax, tell me what's wrong. All right, you can go back with your people and help them build. So the first thing that Arcad does is not address debt, but address getting more money, stopping the leak. Rewind, press play. I don't know where your financial situation is right now, but it's time to stop the leak. Right. 100% of the time, making more money solves your problems. Mm-hmm. If you have money problems, increasing your ability to earn always fixes that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So he puts out 7 cures for a lean purse. Now, as a preface, Arcad admits to the king and later to his students that he started with nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just the same as his students. His only advantage was he had a strong desire to become wealthy. This is very important. Plus, there was knowledge that was given to him by somebody who had been there. In other words, he started with no more advantage than any of his students. All right, everybody pause real quick, because I just said 50 things very quickly. If you're going to have a financial problem, if you're in a financial problem, if you want to cure your financial problem, you need a very strong desire to do so. Now, half of you are nodding your head like, I know, let me just get to the point. The other half of you is still saying things like, well, I just want to be comfortable. Rewind, press play. Some of you are saying, man, I'm trying to be rich and famous. I want a house and a hill and a white picket fence. You're crystal clear on what you want. You have a strong desire for it. But I can assure you, most people listen to me, you have this humble approach to your wealth. And that is not normal, nor is it healthy. Everybody listen to me. You listen to me. You listen to me right now. Somebody said it yesterday. Doesn't matter who, but somebody said it yesterday on the call. And I didn't say anything, and I knew it was coming up today. On the call, they alluded to, well, you know, I really don't be trying to think about money all like that. I really don't try to get all that. I just want to. My friends, that is indecision. And there is no riches in indecision. Okay, listen, let me keep going. If you had not decided to be wealthy, you would never be. If you have not decided to get more money, you'll never have it. If you let them convince you that money is an uncomfortable subject, you'll never be comfortable getting it. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I know who I'm talking to, and I talk about money every single day. And the thing I run across all the time is money is a very uncomfortable subject for y'all. Money is almost as taboo as talking about politics or religion. Here's what somebody who's been there before, because that's the second thing Arcad said, told me a long time ago. Everybody is talking about money. Most people are just talking about it incorrectly. It is at this point, what's today, Wednesday? I got some time. So at this point, I want you to help yourself by jumping in this conversation we're having. I want to tell you about the 7 cures to a lean purse. But the most important part of what Arcad was teaching was not the answers. That's what people want. People want the answers, but y'all don't do nothing with the answers. You know, if you just give me the steps, but you don't know what to do with the steps. And every time you get the steps, you don't change the quality of your life because you don't have a strong desire and you ain't asked somebody who's been there before. That's what Arcad did. As a preface, he says, I started off with nothing. Nothing. I started off with nothing. But I had a strong desire to get there. And I had somebody who asked. Now, this is not esoteric talk. I'm sure to get there, but it's not. This is practical. How many of you, don't answer out loud unless you're just brave enough, are guilty of saying, I just want to be comfortable? Okay, Grace, she's brave enough. You know what I'm saying? This is how you feel about money. I'm gonna show you how you feel about money. We have this thing about money. It's so uncomfortable, Dolores, that we don't want it. And we don't even realize we do this. And I'll show you. Dolores will do something nice for me. And then I'll be like, thank you so much. And I'll say, here. And she'll go, no. I didn't do it for that. And I bet you most of y'all are guilty. Oh, no. I just wanted to be a blessing. No. You don't have to pay. And you're confusing humility with poverty. Because every time someone tries to give you something and you don't accept, you tell the universe, I am not open to receive. I believe we talking non-Dolores. Every time you walk over a penny, you tell the universe, that was a blessing, but I'm not open to receive come back to me later. Every time someone tries to give you a donation from their heart, every time somebody tries to pay for your meal, every time someone tries to pay for your services and you get that uncomfortable feeling, and if you be honest, and I know you're not going to be honest because nobody is honest about money, every single time that someone tries to pay you and you get real clammy, that's how you feel about money. And money treats you how you treat it.
So I got a question.
God, I needed somebody to say something, Adrian.
Damn it. Look, it's not so much me, but I want to know, how does it go? Like, okay, so my mother was always like that. Mm-hmm. And I used to sit and watch my mom literally go back and forth with the people. Like, no, take it. No, take it. No. Like, are you kidding me? I'll take it. What are y'all doing? Like, so, but like, I mean, it is real. People will sneak the money. Yep. Like, you say no 3 times and they say no, and then they'll turn around and sneak it into the bag anyway, just so that you can get the money. But I was asked, like, what is that? You're talking about the person that doesn't take the money. Yep. What about the person that does? You know what I mean?
That person is open to receive money at all times.
Like when they say, here, I'm gonna give it to you, and then you say no, and they put it back in their pocket. Is the truth the matter of the fact that they want the people to put it back in their pocket, or are they just like defeated it? Like, because there's a lot of different ways. Like, I used to sing in a ministry and we literally would go and do concerts. But after a while, like, we never took the money. You know how they bring you the money after the presentation, and then we were known for giving the money back. Yep. So people would invite us because they knew that they were getting that money back. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So after a while, but I remember the day that we kept the money, and it was like such a rumble in the church because the person didn't know that we don't accept the money. They accepted it. Like, they called the wrong person up and they were like, thank you.
No, that's right. They should have been like, thank you. They should have.
So is that what, so basically you're telling, so that person that said thank you was in the receiving of it, and we were just used to not?
Absolutely. I would stand flat-footed and I would tell you that was a bunch of pomp and circumstance. There was a bunch of ceremony. You all were not there to be a blessing. You were there to have the reputation of being a blessing. I'm about to ruffle some feathers. Okay?
Come on now.
It is an honor. Who was that? Oh, okay. It is. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Because we're gonna stay right here.
Adrian messed up some things. I'm sitting here trying to get dressed, and she gonna go in there and mess up things.
So right after your throat, didn't she?
After the preacher preach, and he says, no, the Lord said to bless you, so you give it back to the church. How does that work?
All right, so we're gonna talk about. Go ahead, Grace. I'm listening.
Okay, because if a preacher does that, I ain't never seen a preacher give back when they said, you know what, we need to bless this man of God who came here and blessed us with a word. I ain't never seen a preacher give back that money.
That so don't happen, Grace. And so we got 4 things to talk about now. Write these down in consecutive order for I don't forget, Grace. The ceremony of being a blessing, the fear of charging full price, my God, the intelligence of receiving, and the curse of not receiving. We're gonna talk today. We're gonna talk today. All right, yeah, Grace has to go cross the street over here. That's how I said street when we was kidding. Yeah, go ahead. I'm collecting all this data. I ain't leaving not a damn rock unturned.
Now, Antonio, you was sitting here, and initially I put my hand up about the question, but then Jay wanted to get on. But I sat here and I had an epiphany, and I said, "Oh my gosh, how sometimes growing up, my mom was not. She didn't want to admit if she needed some help, and sometimes, and what people would do is they would look at me and they would say, Renee." Do you guys need some help? And I would be like, yeah. And my mom would kind of be like, and I would be like, well, mama, we do. I mean, we do need it. But and it was deep right there because she worked hard. Sometimes she went on in other ways to make sure we had what we needed, but sometimes it was hard for her to ask. And sometimes I have that same little, maybe 5-10%. It is not 20%, y'all. He's trying to tell. But I can go to somebody, but if I don't, I won't go back to them, probably so. But it's deep because I found out that a lot of times she didn't want to say anything to other people. She just was like, well, we'll just struggle and we will just, I'll go other ways to make sure we have it, but we got to struggle, then we got to struggle. And
but God didn't ordain that struggle.
Right. And I'm not trying to struggle. If I need some help, I'm getting to a point now that I'm getting older. I'm like, yo, if I don't have it and Jay doesn't have it, and I'm like, we need some help because you can't, if my fist is always like this, nothing can get in it, but I mean, no one can take, but no one can give to me either. And I'm sorry, we gotta eat too, man. I got a husband that can eat.
That's fair enough. No. That's cool. We got a lot to talk about because this is why I wanted to, when you're on the right subject, Arshia, when people start bursting out, hey, wait a minute now, you know you're on the right subject.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
the idea, let's start in order. That's the ceremony of being a blessing is purely for show, and it is allowing you to let your righteousness keep you in poverty. This is what this is doing, because we want to be good people. I'm not saying this is malicious. I'm saying it's a ceremony. We want to be good people, and we don't want to take from people. But this is the problem. There is more than enough money in circulation in massive abundance for you to take all the money that comes in your direction without ever taking from anybody. But that's not how you think. People who are afraid to receive money, uncomfortable receiving money, typically are good people who have confused being their righteousness that is now keeping them in poverty. This is why you have a lot of spiritual broke people, because you think if you don't take, then you're being humble and the Lord will exalt you. That is not how it works. That's not even close to how it works. Because when what that is a lack mentality. This is why most of y'all prayers don't work. I want you to think about, let's say the top of this screen right here is heaven. And let's say your prayers need to get right here. But you pray from this place. And you have to pray so effectively that during this prayer, you have to change 44 years of your poverty thinking, your lack thinking, somehow in this one 10-second prayer, 10-minute prayer, to get it all the way up here to where it can be in the proper vibration. And this is exactly why y'all prayers don't work, because most of you don't pray until you're in pain. Help me, somebody. You don't even approach.
That's so true, Bishop.
You don't even approach prayer properly. You don't pray when you're in receiving mode. You pray when you're in doubting mode and you're ready to die. And you have to overcome this full vibration just to get there. And quite frankly, your affirmations don't work. Your prayers don't work because you're vibrating at a place of pure scarcity. And you expect prosperity to flow from your scarcity mindset. It would never. It can never. So when we do this, I call them ceremonial yeses, is what I call them, Marcia. Sometimes people ask me for something, they be like, well, you right. And I love you. Church folk, they have a different way to say it. I received that. No, you didn't. No, you did not receive it. That is a ceremonial yes. You're telling me, shut the hell up. You understand? Because you're like, yeah, I ain't gonna change, but you sure right. You right. You right. You're
How
saying,
dare you, sir?
you said, please shut the hell up. I don't like this. This is making me uncomfortable. Just move on. Next subject, please. You right. You right. You sure right. I receive it. Yep. Yeah. All those are ceremonial yeses because you're not going to do any single thing about it. There's a text all the way in the back of y'all book that says, I see your works. You've got the reputation of being clean. But I know you're dirty. This is in chapter 3 of Revelation. I know you're dirty. It's only a few of you that kept your clothes unsoiled. Go back to what I taught you. And I can assure you, every sacred text on planet Earth has taught you give. And I promise you, it's receiving time. And be comfortable with receiving. I'm not done with number 1 yet. I need to go ahead because I understood who I was talking to, Dolores. I need you to understand that it is perfectly okay for y'all to be blessed without feeling guilty. I said something, Jerome. See this? This is all in number 1. Somebody said, I want to be a good steward over the money so I could be a steward over the money. And that's exactly what it is. We are uncomfortable being blessed. And it comes from our very righteousness, our very good hearts make us believe that when we take from you, we're taking from you. Did you hear me? When I take from you, I'm actually taking from you. I'm not receiving when Sister Booker gives to me. I just unlocked a whole blessing for her by receiving it. Boy, I tell you. And most people do not have a desire to get out their financial crisis because you would rather pray for your financial breakthrough than actually receive along the way all the breakthroughs that keep coming in your area. Oh, God gonna give it to me. God's been giving it to you.
Because you ain't have to say it like that.
Cutting again.
Hey, this personal finance. I said it in day 1. I said it in day 2. Here's day 3 now, Jerome. If you're having money problems, you actually have heart problems. And I told you I haven't fully explained that, so I'll do it now so everybody can understand because I've been waiting for a lesson like this. Money is simply a relationship with a frequency. Money does not exist. Listen to me very well. If the earth is the Lord's, somebody finish that for me. I'm trying to.
And in the fullness
thereof.
Fullness thereof.
So all of it Or does it say earth is the earth is the full the earth is
earth
the
is the
Lord's
Lord's.
except for money?
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But that ain't how we act, ain't it, Jerome? God is, oh, you got all this except for money, though. But here's the deal. If you have money problems, you have God problems in the area of money. Because all money is a form of gratitude. Somebody has told you thank you for your service or thank you for your power. That's what they told you. You can only sell things if you have trading power. I sure hope somebody is taking notes. You cannot sell anything if you do not have power. Money is gratitude, and that gratitude is exchanged for power. I am so glad you're holding on to the power, and I want the power you have so much. I am willing to give you my money because it means so little in comparison to the power I'm trading it for. Am I making this make sense? You have power. No, go ahead, please.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you're making sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making sense. Yeah.
You have power. This house, this $325,000 house is power for me not to be homeless, power for me to leave it to my children, power for me to be the hero to my family, power for me to feel like my job is paying off, power to lift my self-esteem, power to have children, power one day to see my kids playing in the front yard, power to have all the memories I'm gonna die with and be happy on my deathbed. That's what that house represents. And I'm trading my money, 325,000 pieces of gratitude that is less, it's worth less than watching my kids grow up healthy.
It'll also give you power to get more money.
Exactly. The house is trading power. Anything that you are buying, you are admitting to your subconscious, my money is worth less than what I just bought. This is why you can't make money if you don't have any trading power. And it's why you can't make money if you don't learn how to earn more trading power. You only are selling power or service. I am selling power or service. That is it. And the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, that includes the money that is stressing you out. So I need you to receive that you are not stressed out about money. It is worthless. It's not even worth the paper it's printed on. It don't even have value no more. It's not even backed by anything. It is fiat. It literally says on the dollar bill now, legal tender. That means nothing. It means whatever the government has decided it to mean in that certain case in which you're using it. Money, having 1,000 monies or 1,000 Post-it notes, is equally obtainable to get. You didn't hear me. To collect 1,000 Post-it notes or collect $1,000 is both equally obtainable. There is no value in the Post-it notes. There is no value in the money. However, if you write down the winning lottery numbers on the Post-it note, that Post-it got a whole lot valuable, didn't it, Jerome? The only reason money is valuable is because the government in which you live has said the difference between the one on this bill and the one in your calculator is this one can go into the bank. That one cannot. We need the 7 cures for a lean purse. Easy. The problem is, though, you're gonna write them down and do not a damn thing about it. And it's not because you are stupid or you don't know it. It's because you're a good person and you haven't tied in yet to your thinking that good people deserve a good amount of money. If you're going to be good, then you also need good money in your bank account, period, point blank.
Good people need a lot of money.
A lot of it. You hear me? Because good people make homeless shelters for women. Good people build houses for veterans who are homeless.
Yes, that's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Good people want to buy hotels, buy apartments, and put a Hoyer lift. I'm being very specific. We heard this yesterday from Renee and Prophet Jerry in each apartment. Ain't no bad person fit to do that. Good people do good things with a good amount of money. But unfortunately, we have allowed our righteousness to keep us in poverty. Grace, post those 4 things again. I want everybody to see it. This is not esoteric talk. This is right in your face telling you, you are not good to God, broke. Your ministry is ineffective without money. Nor did you incarnate on planet Earth immune to money. And the idea that I'm always supposed to give money back, or the idea that when I take from Sandra, I'm actually taking from Sandra, that's your righteousness keeping you in poverty. And I believe deep down in my heart, somebody needed to hear this morning.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
In 1975, I went into the Army for the first time. Got out on my first enlistment in 1979. I noticed that Baltimore had changed drastically as a city in reference to renovations, everything was going on. And I told my parents, I said, this city is changing. And I said, I've seen the difference in 4 years. And the city is giving away these houses for you at a price that will be cheaper than your rent if you get one. Oh, blah, blah. I said, I'm telling you right now. I said, the house you're living in right now that you're paying rent in, the landlord is eventually going to relocate you, fix this house up, move it back, and give you an opportunity to rent it out, which you probably can't afford at the amount of money he spent to fix it up. And then you're going to have to find another place to go live at. Get with the city and get you one of them houses. I found out later that the city offered my mother and father about 6 houses. Wow. And they turned them all down because of this mentality you're talking about, Antonio.
Yep.
They finally took one of those houses. The city sold them 2 row houses, 3-story. They put them together because we're a big family, 8 kids, okay? That same house in South Baltimore right now, okay, that my parents paid $22,000 for is worth almost $1 million, if not $1 million right now.
See?
But my mother turned it down 6 or 7 times because of this same mentality you're talking about. And my parents, they got a heart of gold. They love the Lord.
It's always good people.
But no, it's just we're not supposed to have this.
That's right.
Because we minimum wage. We're not supposed to have this because we've always lived in poverty. We're not supposed to have because we can't even afford a car. How can we buy a house? And God gave him that house, which is now worth. And unfortunately, my sister is trying to steal it from the family. And if she has her way, she will. But I'm gonna trust God. I ain't gonna trust her. But the point is that this mentality that you talk about, that was put in them from way back when, Antonio, and they put it in us. They put it in me, you know. And I'm like, you know, it's It's ugly. It is very, very ugly, you know, and it's in us. And then when people trying to give us something, and, oh, no, I don't deserve that. No. No, and the other thing I thought about when you were talking, Antonio, and folks need to understand this too, is that when someone is trying to bless you because of what God has laid on their heart, then you are interfering with their blessing. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Because what you're doing is you're spitting on God, because God was the one that laid it on their heart to bless you. So what you telling God? His blessings ain't good enough? And that's something that over the years I've had to learn. I had to learn how to say thank you.
You know what?
And receive it.
Jerome, you talking.
He is. Okay?
Hold on real quick.
That's what I want to say.
Okay. Talisha just said on YouTube. So wait, when I give my tithes to the church and don't want to get my info back so I can claim it on my taxes, you telling me that's lack thinking? You doggone right.
Definitely. I just finished my taxes. I wrote down all that money.
You doggone right. See, y'all, what you're saying is, I love the Lord so much, I want to pay more taxes to keep myself in the situation I'm in. And you're not doing it on purpose. You're doing it because you think it is a sweet offering to God. You're sending up timbers of poverty, thinking it smells sweet.
Reverend.
But it does not. You say things like, well, if God wanted me to have it, he wouldn't have me go to the government and get assistance. That is exactly how you're being blessed right now. You prayed, and let me help everybody here. Because I had to help myself with this, Jerome, a long time ago. When you pray or ask or think, whatever it is that you are requesting, it will come to you 100% of the time. But at the fastest, quickest, most harmonious way. I need to do that again. Whatever you ask for is 100% guaranteed to return to you. See. Can we just put a pin in here real quick? I want everybody to understand what I'm saying. I need to explain two of y'all sacred texts, if you don't mind. Do you mind? Sugar, do you mind if I explain two of your sacred texts? Is this okay?
No, I don't mind at all.
Remember how y'all say, well, you need to be reading your Bible, studying to show yourself approved. Remember that? Right? That's not what that means. I do apologize to you. For ruining your idea of your scripture, how you've used it all your life to say, yep, I need to study the Bible, I need to study the show. That's not what it means, because 97% of the world couldn't read. Can I keep going, Sugar? So the idea of sitting down and reading was never in antiquity. That's the whole Roman era. The Old Testament, it's never been. We didn't get to 90% literacy rate till like 1940. Some of y'all still got a grandpa, can't read, didn't finish school, good with money though, ain't he? Some of y'all may not come from where I come from. You know what I'm talking about.
My mom's dad was great with money.
Didn't finish
Come on
the sixth
now,
grade.
wait a minute. My dad can't read. Wait a minute. Stop.
what I'm
I
saying?
watched it happen in life. In this generation.
See?
It's crazy. And I just look at it, and it's the weirdest thing ever, but always had a job. Always, you know what I mean? Always, and we don't live in the city. Got us out very, very fast. It's just weird. But give him a piece of paper. He'll call you in a heartbeat. Hey, Adrian, come look at this. Come see what this is. Yeah. Real fast.
Real fast.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
My dad's older brother was going to fourth grade education.
Look at that. You see what I'm saying? See, we just got to people being literate after World War II, y'all. There wasn't even K through 12 before World War II, just so you know. This just started happening. So when the text, Dolores says, study to show thyself approved, has nothing to do with reading. And people couldn't even afford paper either. They weren't scribes or Pharisees. People were just people who spent 80% of their income on bread. You'd be lucky if you was a person who ever ate meat in your life. People didn't start wearing white until 1890, and wearing a white dress was a sign of extreme wealth because you couldn't keep white clean, especially in dirty Texas. So I want you to think about this. Yes, scripture says, study to show yourself approved. It means sit at the feet of somebody, shut your mouth and listen. Help me, somebody.
Watch yourself, Reverend.
See, there I go again. So I'm explaining that because I'm trying to tell you something. I'm attempting to tell you that when it comes to how you're handling your money today, you got a lot of thinking in you that don't make no sense. And you doing it because you believe you're doing right by God. So let me make this make sense to you, Arshia. To do right by God, for God to want, this is for you, God believers, for God to want to brag about you, you must bear fruit.
Amen. Amen.
Name one of y'all would follow me if every time y'all saw me, I was down on my luck. It's only been one. I've been doing these calls for 5 years, 6 years now, every day. It's only been one day I had a bad day. That's the honest to God truth. It's one day I had a bad day. You're not going to follow an unstable leader. And you're allowing yourself to keep your righteousness, and that righteousness is pushing you into poverty because you have lack thinking. So let me give you what is actually real. All those sacred texts talking about money are not talking about money. Sorry. I'm sorry. There was no United States Treasury when the prophet Malachi said, will a man rob God? How will you rob me? Wearing tithes and offering. That ain't got nothing to do with no United States money. Not no French money. See, there I go again, Jerome. There I go again. See, this is called hermeneutics. Hermeneutics is when you read the text in the mindset and culture of the century in which it was written. Can I push it, Jerome? When the text says, will a man rob God? Grace, finish it for me because you know it.
Will a man rob God? Wherein has he robbed me? It tithes and offering.
Tithes and offering. Bring all the meats to the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house. Now, here's the important part, Dolores. And I tell you, I'll prove to you that I'll give you a blessing. I'll open up the window of heaven for you, pour you out a blessing, just one, a blessing in which you will not have room to receive. Can we talk? Listen to me very well. Malachi is talking first and foremost to preachers. Oh, I'm sorry. You thought that was just for regular people? Malachi is addressing leadership. See, you need to start critically thinking about your sacred text. Number two, Malachi ain't talking about no money. Ain't no money. He talking to a bunch of people who live off the land. Listen to the text. If you do right and bring everything back into the storehouse, I'll Open up the window of heaven. I'll let it rain so good that come harvest time, press down, shake it together, run it over. I put two texts together, but you get what I'm saying, though. You get it? I'm trying to tell you something, Frida. I'm trying to tell you, you don't need no financial literacy knowledge. You don't need to be able to explain it like Antonio, and you don't need to be a good person or a bad person. In order to find the window of heaven, Phil, you just need to look up and see where the blessings are and stand your ass under it. It's that simple. Y'all not listening. You're just not listening. If God is raining blessings over here, why are you over there trying to make your business work? Why are
Hit
you?
him, damn it. So Gray. Knock
Get
him
out my
off his
business.
chair right now. Go on, brother.
Damali, I'm keeping it real. You're a CEO, not in the flow of money. You in personal finance, they telling you, we got so many news channels telling you where all the money is at. And all we doing is being in the other place, talking about God gonna make it work over here. God is making it work. He's pouring down a blessing right now. Go stand in the window. Go stand under the window.
You preaching, boy. You
Man,
preaching.
come on.
You preaching, boy. All you preaching. Because
Stand there, pull up
what
a
you
stool
saying
and sit
is-
there.
Sit there.
But what you're saying, Antonio, is so true about what we do.
Yep.
Is that we have these ideals and these concepts of how to get rich and how to make money, and then we run into somebody crazy like you, and you sit there and go, "Excuse me, are you a little off on your understanding?"
Mm-hmm.
Let me share a little something with you. We go, yeah, Antonio, that's fine, but this gonna work. This gonna you sitting there going, listen to me. No, Antonio, you don't understand. This gonna work. And you sitting there going, okay, all right. That's what you want to do.
Everybody gets free
One thing
will.
you don't do, Antonio. You don't, man. You just put it out there, and we sitting there going like, yeah, but yeah. See, that but is killing us.
Killing us.
Making
Yo,
a choice.
Making a choice. Let me tell you something. I was so impressed. I heard a pastor sit up in church one day. I was so impressed with this pastor, Sister Booker. It was income tax time. The pastor, it was actually Grace Pastor. The pastor stood in front of the church and told his people, now don't y'all pay tithes on your income tax. Now that's an offering. If you've been paying tithes all year, income tax says you pay too much money and the government is giving you a portion of what you paid too much on. So if you've been paying tithes all year, you've already paid tithes on that money. We'll more than gladly receive your offering. But y'all go on out there and do the right thing with your income tax. I was so impressed, Jerome. That is facts. And we need more teaching like that. And if you don't understand, if you didn't pay tithes 12 times, and now you get your income tax, then you got to pay tithes on that. No. And some of you are going to go, yes, I should, because I want to be blessed. But baby, be blessed. But it's equally important to know you could have put something down on a rent to own house, on a small property. Some of y'all get $7,000 back. Some of y'all could have got with 4 of your friends. That's $28,000. Y'all could own the fourplex right now. And the renter is paying all y'all bills right now. Can I push it further? Some of y'all got big families. If you just stay in one house, if it's 12 of y'all, all y'all got to do is, that's 12 people, you pay rent and all the bills one time. Next month is somebody else's turn. And right there, you got 11 months, which you can invest all your money. You don't have to pay a single expense. But can't get my Black people to do stuff like that. However,
you can get me to do
it. There's another culture that put their stores that you can't use the restroom in in your neighborhood that then fix food that Black people like in the neighborhood. You call them the hood store. They let 2 of y'all in at a time, and they 14-year-old kid is on the register, and they sleep upstairs. Who know what I'm talking about?
You talk about
I
the
do.
Indonesians and the
How
Indians do that too.
You
Call them
understand?
poppies. We call them poppies to it.
Do you understand what I'm saying? The idea here is your righteousness is keeping you in poverty and has nothing to do with you being a bad person. Half of y'all financial problems have nothing to do with you being ignorant of finances. You're just ignorant of the fact that God wants you blessed. So I want all of you to walk out of here today receiving, and don't you turn down anything anymore. And be not afraid to charge full price for your products. Full price is a blessing. And stop asking y'all friends for discounts. That's not fair. And you're robbing your friends. Just because you know somebody don't mean that they need to give you a discount. If we gonna be friends, we pay full price. You hear me? Okay. So I just covered 1 and 2. If you don't follow full price, you are telling God, you're telling the universe, you're putting the vibration out there. You know what? People should discount me. Nobody should take me seriously at my worth. Good job. Somebody's struggling with this. I don't know too many entrepreneurs not struggling with pricing and charging full price. You cost $9,000, you charge $9,000. Do you understand? And you say, well, ain't nobody buying from me. All right, well, are you asking the right people? Or are you not under the window of heaven pouring out blessings and you trying to make some business work that ain't gonna work? We just got to figure this out. Some of y'all are trying to be actors and actresses in Wyoming. That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I don't even know it's in Wyoming. I could barely point out on the map. I can tell you for sure, ain't no Hollywood agents over there. You got to go to where your business is in a flow of money. Some of you are coaches and consultants, and you spend all your time around the Phil and Susans of the world. That's how you learn. But you can't charge Phil and Susan. They ain't hurting. You need to go with sick people and go consult. You hanging around folk who don't need your product. That's where you learn. But then learn 2 hours a day and go around sick folk 6 hours a day. There was a guy that used to be here regularly. I kept saying over and over and over and over, Tatiana, your hair looks good too. It's straight or curly, it still looks good. Over and over and over. I kept telling this guy, you should probably get out that cassette tape and CD thing you're trying to do. Well, listen. Has anybody bought a CD lately? Anybody bought a CD? No?
I did yesterday.
You bought a CD yesterday. You are an anomaly. No, a compact disc.
Oh, I thought you said.
I was surprised to see it.
What can we see a picture of this great golden egg you have? Because this is incredible. This is an NFT.
I threw away I'm decluttering my house. I threw away 3 packs of blank CDs. I don't even have a disc drive in my house anymore.
Not anymore. They don't even put them in cars no more.
It's because it was in my. I was traveling, and it's in my truck. It's storming outside, so I just wanted to do something different.
That is a NFT. You hear me? You save it. That is that's a collectible at this point. That is a collectible. You hear me? That is incredible. How many of you bought a DVD lately? Even DVD, Jerome, right under our noses. CDs and DVDs are out of style. I was at GameStop the other day. This is the honest to God truth, because I want to play Elden Ring so bad. I was at GameStop to get my controller. And Tempest was with me. And Tempest was like, GameStop still open? And I was like, yep. He said, but what's the point of having a store? I was like, well, the wait's always long, but they have a strong community. Then they said, well, you want to get the guy? I said, no, I'll go home and buy it online. Because here's why. Because if I get the disc, I can only play the game with the disc in it. And no, I need you to hear me. That is so inconvenient today. That is not a problem in the real world. To buy a disc and to put the disc in and to let it download, and then as long as the disc in, you can play it. That should not be a problem in 2022, but it is. That is a major problem in 2022. Back when I used to go to Office Depot and Windows Shop to get the new Word that was coming out, I love to have a disc and keep it in there as long as I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? But the idea that I walked out of the store where the disc was to travel 5 miles home to then wait for a download while it's right in front of me tells you the world we live in right now. It is 100% intelligent for every last one of you to start receiving. If you do not receive, you will not start getting whatever you want. So somebody says, well, I don't know what to receive, Antonio. I don't have anything. Did Phil tell a joke today? Did you receive the joke? Somebody needs to listen. Somebody needs to listen. If you don't have anything, it's time for you to start receiving the little things. Be faithful over the few. Come on, help me, somebody. You understand? If you don't have any money, it's time for you to start being faithful of all the little things in your life right now. Then this universe will charge you with those big things. It is intelligent to receive. It is not selfish. It is intelligent. It does not have you take from anybody. That's a lack mentality. Go ahead, Phil.
There's always more money looking for good ideas than good ideas looking for money.
Very good.
So if you have a problem with money, don't focus on the money, focus on the ideas. Because when you can come up with the ideas, the money will flow to you.
Flow. And don't ever do nothing. And Warren Buffett will tell you, don't do nothing for no money. You don't have enough motivation to keep going. You don't have enough attraction on that to keep going. You don't do nothing for the money. You know what you want to do. You fix your eyes on your goal. Sometimes you have to do sub departments in that thing to finance your dream. But if chasing money is your mentality, that's why you don't have it. Attract money, don't chase it. See? You want to be so tough that when your feet hit the ground, it paves an imaginary gold road to your dreams. Your dreams are trying to find you. It just don't have a road to travel on. You know what I'm saying? You just, so your feet hit the ground, there's an imaginary road that went all the way out to your dreams so your dream can travel. That's attraction. That's attraction. And lastly, the curse of not receiving. Well, every single time that Grace tells me, nah. All right then. Grace did something yesterday. She tried to throw out my coffee. I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all been here long enough, but 2 years ago, I noticed I was doing something. I wasn't being a good steward of the serving around me. They would fix me coffee, and I drink 4 swallows of it. And then every day we was throwing out half a cup of coffee for me. And in meditation about 2 years ago, I thought about that. It's not the wasting of the coffee that was wrong. It was wasting Deanna making it, Grace making it, or somebody making it. See, Jerome, people ain't got to do nothing nice for you. And on this call, or one of these calls, I told everybody, I make a vow this beginning of the year, I ain't gonna waste another cup of coffee. Grace, tell them what you tried to do yesterday.
Oh, I tried to throw it out. He was like, no, keep that coffee. That's good coffee. So I said, okay, well, I'll put some foil over it and put it in the put it in the refrigerator.
And then what you did this morning?
When I made the coffee this morning, I forgot. I was looking for his cup, but then I remembered it's in the refrigerator. So I asked, hey, you want me to warm it up first or pour the hot coffee in there? He said, just pour the hot coffee in there. I said, okay.
Cold hot coffee again. The coffee came out as cold as neck sweat. You understand? It's just nasty. You hear me? I'm gonna finish every drop of it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because two things, and I really, Monica, two things, and I really need you to receive this. One, I made a vow. Where is
Antonio? Antonio,
come on, man.
It is better to have not vowed than to have vowed and not paid.
That's in there, Jerome. That is in there. That's in there. I made a vow. And I understand God is going to make my stupid ideas work, Dolores, because I kept my vow. Oh, I'm trying to tell you about the curse of not receiving. This is what I'm trying to do. I just use the story of coffee because Jesus spoke in parables. They seem to work. So I kind of copy that. You understand what I'm saying? I kind of copy what works. The coffee is my illustration of how I am not going to not receive this coffee. I'm going to drink every drop of this coffee. And when Grace was fit to pour it out, I said, don't you pour that? That's some good coffee. Because I made a vow that I was going to honor their service towards me. Then on top of that, and which is very important, this coffee is a gift. I didn't buy it. I probably did, some vicariously, but I didn't buy it. Nor did I don't even know how to use the coffee maker, Phil. I don't even know how to use it. I never go in the kitchen. I never go in there. I don't go in the kitchen. It's a gift to me. And I'm trying to tell y'all that my mindset says how you do anything is how you do everything. And if I look at this coffee and don't drink this coffee when it was given to me, and if I don't appreciate every drop of this coffee when it was gifted to me, God gonna say, well, you know what, ATS, that was gifted to you too, huh? Yeah, you think you came up with ATS? That was me. Therefore, since you won't finish coffee, we won't help ATS. How about that? Yeah, I'm trying to tell you something.
And somebody who wanted a cup of coffee this morning couldn't get a cup.
Couldn't get one.
Or didn't have hands to lift it to their mouth. Or energy.
Energy, hands, swallowing disorder. You got to put the little stuff in there and mix it to make it thicker just for them to drink it. She's absolutely right. I'm concluding this here. We'll talk about the 7 rules tomorrow because this is very important. I knew I need to talk about the mindset here first. I need you to get that I see this cup of coffee as an extension of the prayers I have asked for. Jerome, ask me where I get that from.
Where'd you get that from, Antonio?
Grace, go and pull up 1 Peter chapter 3 for me, if you don't mind. Go and pull it up if you don't mind. Sister Booker, this verse scares the bejesus out of me. I'm just going to tell you straight up. Verses 1 through 6 say, Dolores, you know you're going to respect Antonio, right? Be humble, be a good wife, do your thing, submit, Tatiana, submit, blah, blah, blah. That's what we do. And let me tell you something, Tatiana, Dolores, Demanda, we love counting 1 through 6. Let's read it with a male voice. Likewise, wives, we love this part, Grace. Be subject. Ooh, that sound cold. You know you subject to me, right? Be subject to your own husbands. So if you don't obey the word, then, you tripping. 1 through 6 is real good man talk. You hear me? Read 7 out loud, Grace.
Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life.
Go real slow. Read it like you're Baptist, this last part.
since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered.
Watch yourself, Grace. Thank you so much. You can stop the screen. How you do anything is how you do everything. And Paul says there's no Greek, there's no Jew, there's no male, there's no female, there's just one in Christ. Tatiana, we married. As long as we exist on this planet, all of us are married. You're not hearing me. All of us are married. Married so much when they ask Jesus, so who wife is gonna be up in heaven? It don't work like that. I'm making all your scriptures make sense. It don't work like that. All of us are married. Just don't go touching Susan, man. You understand what I'm saying? There's consequences for that. You understand? But all of us are married. And if I want you to respect me, likewise, it says, Jerome, oh, you better. Because if not, and this was part scares me, your prayers will be hindered. I don't know about you, Kim, but I got a whole lot of prayers out there. And if this cup, let me tell you something. If I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail for embezzling $3 billion. If I got to go to jail, you're gonna read 920 million crypto scam. I'm not going to jail for something that ain't hitting national news. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna lose my blessings, I'm not losing it off no coffee. Same concept. I ain't walking over no pennies. Oh, thank you. You the money on the way. So y'all, I know you not doing this because I can look at your harvest and tell you not doing this. How you do anything is how you do everything. And if you cannot fulfill your promises when you have given them, the universe can't fulfill its promises to you. It was on the way. And when you didn't keep your word, you vibrate at a different frequency, and that on the wayness was retracted. Okay. The dangers of not receiving is all your prayers you've been praying for, make it plain, will be retracted from you until you go back into receiving mode. Let me make it make sense. Ask, believe, receive. We're ending with this. Most of y'all have mastered asking, even though you don't ask correctly. It's in there, Jerome. It's in there. It says, well, the reason you have not is because you ask not. And even when you do ask, you ask with incorrect motives. I'll do this all day. I do this all day. That's James 4. I could do this all day long. I'm telling you, y'all have mastered asking, but some of you don't get what you want because your motives are incorrect. You're asking from a place of pain, and you can't, or whatever that may be. But when you get that right, Kim, I ain't asking. Most of y'all are stuck in believing mode. You done asked. Some of y'all said January 1st this year, December 31st, I will not go. I am going to get more money. I will. And you've been believing. And now that your faith is being rocked, Tatiana, you done fell back into believing. That is not how you get blessings. Stop letting these charismatic preachers tell y'all believe for your blessing. That is not how it works.
You got to generate some actions for your blessing.
You got to generate some actions for your blessings. You need to be in receiving mode, not believing mode. Whatever you ask of God, ask, believe, and it shall be yours. Receive.
Antonio,
come on, Jerome.
The thing that you said,
come on, man,
that's most powerful to me is that when we ask, a lot of us are expecting God to deliver it the way we want him to deliver it. And not, because God can use any vessel, vehicle, or means to get us what we asked for,
right.
but we only want it a certain way. So if it don't come the way we expect it, then it ain't from God.
That's right.
So that's, to me, that's the most powerful thing you said.
Yep.
Because he can use a homeless person. He can use the president of the United States. He can use whatever means he wants to put that what you asked for before you so that you can have it. And sometimes we sit and go, oh, no, 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 no. And not knowing that that's the way God wants you to have what you have earned by the seed that you've sown.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
You're right. It's coming to you the fastest, quickest, most harmonious way. If that got to come through a government discount, that's how you're being blessed today. You understand? Go ahead, Phil.
I always thought it was interesting. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. So ask is an A, S is a seek is an S, and knock is a K. So that spells ask right there. Wow. The first letter of each one. So ask and you shall receive. Seek. So seek means you need to be proactive. Knock means to be proactive, and then you'll find it.
That's good. That's real good. Never ever would have put that together. That's why he's on planet Earth. Somebody had to put it together. It's his job. I never would have thought about that for sure. Genuinely, as we conclude, I want you to know from experience that you are never going to get blessed believing for your blessing until you go in receiving mode. What's receiving mode? Receiving mode is you act like you're receiving it. You think you're receiving it. You feel like you're receiving it, but that's not it, because Anthony was right. And you start buying the classes to get ready to receive it. Help me, somebody. You start working on the craft. See, you can't receive being like LeBron James, not in the gym. you understand what I'm saying? Receiving means not just manifesting it, not just visualizing it. Anything that is in your prayer, however whatever you need to do to receive it, that's what you got to go do.
And you can't be average about it.
You cannot be average about it. You cannot.
You have to seek it. You have to seek it.
That's right. That's right. You got to seek it. And if Dolores want 18 years in Divine Magazine, she need to find 6 more years of pure genius, because in 6 years, magazine's gonna change. We're already not using DVDs. So the idea of using magazines 6 years from now don't really make much sense to me. The magazine's gonna be in the metaverse, immersive. So she's got to put herself in receiving mode to do that. Want to be a coach, consultant, whatever. I can't tell you what receiving mode is because I don't know your prayer, but your prayer has a lot of receiving, and that's the mode you need to be in. Stop. Believe in God stop it. You stop it. You already asked. You already believe. Now you need to get ready, which is a perfect way to end. Story been told before. Let me just tell it again. 2 farmers. 2 farmers was waiting on the rain in the drought. One farmer sat there, did nothing. The other farmer, in the drought, tilled the ground, planted the seeds. When he couldn't see the rain finally came. Which farmer do y'all think got the blessing? The one that worked on the ground in the drought, planted the seeds in the drought. God is going to send the rain. Help me, somebody. You might as well have seeds down there. The rain is coming.
He worked on the ground and planted the seeds because he had faith.
Faith. And if you don't have seeds in the ground, you do not get to complain about your life when the rain comes. Because the people that you're looking at is going to pass you up because you didn't have no seeds. Phil, you got it.
Not only did he have faith, he had the resources to buy the seed in the first place.
Yeah. The common sense to move forward too. Common sense to move
those seeds
forward.
aren't cheap.
No. No, they not. And then I got a garden in the backyard, and it is something serious. Prophet Jerry, you want to say something?
I'm still in that.
It's all yours.
I'm still in that.
I expect to hear it today. It's all yours, for sure. For sure. Tomorrow we'll talk about what the 7 cures are. Don't come here tomorrow in the mindset that you had today. Even if you got a fantastic mindset, it should be better. You don't get in a situation and stay the same. You don't get in water and not get wet. So you go there, and we're going to talk about the 7 cures for a purse, 7 cures for a lean purse. I don't want you to think about debt. I want you to think about all 7 of these are increasing my income. That's what they're doing. Because you're not allowed to be saved and poor, saved and unhappy, saved and frustrated. That is not the calling upon your life. That is not what you incarnated for. That is not how we're doing. Because you're only teaching your kids how to act like you. Kids don't grow up with what you told them. They grow up with how you showed them. And all of us.
Right. I tell Renee all the time, and I got to stop that because I told Renee, let's cook on Saturday for Sunday. We don't wash on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wash clothes on Sunday. You go to church and have yourself ready on Saturday.
Look at that.
But I might get a black eye, so I don't do it no more.
Well, I feel you. Y'all stop inviting me to y'all parties when y'all tell me food gonna be ready at 11, then it ain't ready to 4. Don't you do that. You stop that.
It's gonna be ready at 11.
I'm just talking about people. I'm just talking about people. I'm just talking about, what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about people. You should be barbecuing last night. You hear me? You stop all that. Money is real. There's an app out there I want all of you to wait. I don't get paid for this. There's an app called Mint, M-I-N-T, not Mint Mobile, the cell phone. Pull it up for me, Grace. Mint. M-I-N-T. It's a, you know how your grandmother used to do the little calculator and it rolled out, it was real loud, and she'd have the little ledger book and all that stuff. This is a digital version of that. You sync your debit cards and credit cards to whatever your spending is. Right here. Into it. The same people that make QuickBooks, credit, all this stuff, TurboTax. What you do, send them this, put this in the chat, Grace. I want to leave you with a good tool. I've been using Mint for, I don't know, since 2012, maybe. And I think it's 2012, something like that. It's 2012. And I want you to use this app. You don't have to. I don't get paid for this. If you have something tracking your expenses, and God bless you, keep that up. I know some people that only spend credit cards. That's it. Why? Because the credit card gives a good summary of everything they spend. They can track it that way. But it will divide your income up, your expenses up into what you're spending and create a budget for you. So if you're spending too much on alcohol, it'll tell you, hey, you're over budget. You get to adjust your budget. If you spend too much on food, you get to adjust your budget. If you do not write your money down, it will flee from you. If you don't have this app or any app like this, if you don't track your finances, then tomorrow have this downloaded, because the 7 cures for a lean purse has a lot to do with accounting for your money. We're not just here to learn. We're here to adopt and adapt skills. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
Antonio, are we having the best class in ATS today? I'm just trying to find out, because you know me. I'm ready to pay something.
Yes, sir. We will have all things tech today, and Vastine will be tonight at 7 p.m. Yes, sir. We'll have the all things tech at the regular time, 12:30. Is that what time? Hold on, what time? But you have to leave at 2, right? All right, let's move.
We have an 11:30 your time?
11:30 our time. Yep.
Okay.
11:30 our time. We'll probably permanently move it to that time. 11:30 hours Central Standard Time. We'll do it then, and that gives you enough time to learn all things tech. Cool. We're gonna kind of the same thing we did last week that had y'all so excited. I'm just gonna go a step higher and do some good stuff there.
Oh, I ain't mad.
That's it. You can play better. You can dominate. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I hope you're blessed and highly favored. Thank you so much. Dolores, you want to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, don't forget to vote. The voting link came out this morning for me for the community impactor. We only have till the 17th to vote. It's unlimited, so go vote.
All right, Grace, grab that link and go and put it out there so we can do that there. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
Love you more.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one.